Hi, welcome to Joyce's Kitchen. Thank you for tuning in for another episode where we will be preparing curry tofu in a pita pocket. And to get us started, what I will need to do is to heat our pan up and add a little olive oil. Oh, just about a couple tablespoons would be just fine. And for our meal, we're going to start out sauteing like 4 cups of mushrooms, sliced mushrooms. And I'm going to just put them in and allow them to brown just for like a moment or two. And while the mushrooms are browning, you're going to need to keep a lid on it. Alrighty. And also, we're going to have to add some carrots. These are half moon. It's like a cup of carrots, sliced half moon for that decorative appeal. As well as carrots, they have vitamin A, lycopene, they're carotenoids is what I meant to say actually, and they possess a lot of vitamin A in it, which is absolutely wonderful for helping to ward off night blindness. And then we're going to put ourselves in some onions sliced, and this happens to be like 4 pounds of sliced onions, which has a lot of vitamin B in it, which is all good for a healthier body. And let's check on our mushrooms. We are going to just need to turn that up a little. Just stir them around to make sure they're getting well coated with the oil. And the whole purpose of preparing our vegetables without cooking them to death is to just make them just done enough to add a little softer and translucent appearance to them, so that we don't cook out the nutrients. So I think next we're going to add our carrots and going to add them right in here with our mushrooms. Plus, I believe they taste a little better when they're just a slight bit of crispiness to them. And we're going to add our carrots, and we're going to stir them together in here with our mushrooms. And we're going to allow this all to brown in here together for just a couple of moments. And we're going to add just a tad bit more oil to this. Just to help the process along. And put the lid back on. Then I did tell you that we're going to have some sliced onions, 4 cups to be exact. So we're going to let that all saute for just a moment together. And then we have cabbage that has been 4 cups of cabbage has been like chopped like in a shredded form, where you cut it down where it looks like it's sort of shredded in long pieces. And let's check on our vegetables. See how they're coming along. And we're going to, oh, I like that, stir them. Just to kind of coat them well with the oil. Alrighty. Now we're going to put our lid back on for just a moment. And I want to tell you about this wonderful food called tofu. Tofu is a soy-based product, meaning it comes from soybeans, and also it is packed with vitamins and minerals and calcium, and it's just a wonderful alternative to meat, and in that it's so nutritious for us, and it's low in calories and carbohydrates and fats and all those things that we don't really need to have a lot of. And it's very versatile too, in that whatever you use tofu in, it will soak up that flavor. So what we're going to do is stir our veggies once more. Yes, that looks just wonderful. Now we're going to add in our onions. And then we're going to stir them in like this. And we're going to add just a little bit more oil. And stir them a little bit more. Okay, they're kind of clumped in together, so it's good to try to just like separate them so that they can cook more quickly. Alrighty, I think that's going to be fine, and we're going to put our lid back on. Then, while that's all sauteing together, we're going to start with we're going to make a roux over here. And we are going to start with heating up our pan. And we're going to need like 5 to 6 tablespoons of like butter or margarine. And I like to use like a soy margarine. And I'm going to add that in our pot. And allow that to all like melt together. Then while that's melting, we're going to check on our vegetables again. See how they are coming along rather. Well, they're getting there. We just want them to be kind of like soft, just slightly. Now, this over here, and we are going to to put the lid back on for just another moment. Now let's check on our margarine here. See how that's coming along. And I almost forgot to tell you that with the tofu, we're going to need 14 ounces per recipe. I am preparing a double recipe of this today just to show you how inexpensively you can yield such a large amount that's going to really go far. And so there would be two 14-ounce boxes of tofu that you will need for this, and you need to mash it to make it like, you don't want to have it like it's in a block that it comes in. You want to mash it down. Alrighty, now we're going to check on our vegetables. Now, last but not least to this, we are going to add our cabbage. Cabbage is another vegetable that contains a lot of fiber in it. Alrighty, we're going to stir this. All in here together. And the whole idea is to just get them, just the right softness. And we are going to need to add just a tad bit more oil. And now we are going to turn this one off and sit it back here for a moment. We don't want to get it too hot. And keep turning this over till we get all the dry cabbage that's on top to be undercoated where it's on the bottom. So it'll get blended in here like this. Alright, now we need to have this all like saute in there together. And while that is going on, we're going to put our margarine back on so that it can continue to melt. And we're going to pause for a brief intermission. And please come right back and I'll finish showing you how to make curry tofu in a pita pocket. Thank you.